Hello everyone, welcome to our channel where we bring you interesting stories. Subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Once upon a time, there was an eagle and a jackal. They were friends. However, they knew that friendship could sometimes end. So to make their friendship stronger and everlasting, they decided to always live together. They went to a banyan tree in the forest. The jackal dug a hole at the root of the tree for its home, while the eagle built a nest on a branch above. Soon the eagle laid eggs, and baby eaglets hatched. At the same time, the jackal also had babies in its burrow. One day, the jackal went out in search of food. The eagle felt very hungry but could not leave its babies alone in the nest. The eaglets were crying because they wanted to eat. The eagle searched for food, but everything seemed to be far away from the tree. Suddenly, a wicked thought came to its mind. The jackal was away, and its babies were alone in the burrow. So the eagle swooped down, grabbed all the jackal's babies, took them to its nest, and fed them to its eaglets. When the jackal returned in the evening, it found its burrow empty. Not a single baby was left. The jackal immediately understood who the culprit was. Its sorrow turned into a burning desire for revenge. The eagle could fly, but the jackal could not. So it decided to wait patiently. One day, the chance would come. It did not have to wait long. One day, villagers came to a nearby field to sacrifice sheep. They cooked rice and meat and feasted. Afterward, they left, leaving behind scraps of meat and bones scattered around. The eagle swooped down to eat and carried some bones back to its nest. But along with the bones, a piece of burning charcoal stuck to its claws. The eagle didn't notice. Soon, with the strong wind, the charcoal flared up and set the nest on fire. The nest burned down, and the half-burnt eaglets fell to the ground. At once, the jackal rushed in, chewed them up, and satisfied both its hunger and its desire for revenge. The eagle could do nothing but watch helplessly. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a lush green forest, there lived an eagle and a jackal. Despite their differences, they were the best of friends. The eagle, with his sharp eyesight and powerful wings, ruled the skies, while the jackal, cunning and swift on the ground, was the king of the undergrowth. Their friendship was a sight to behold, a testament to the unity that could exist between such different creatures. However, as time passed, the eagle began to feel uneasy about something. He was concerned that if he died, his young would be vulnerable without his protection. Similarly, the jackal worried that his pups might become easy prey when he was gone. Each wanted to ensure the safety and prosperity of their offspring, even after they were no longer around. One day, the two friends sat together at the edge of a cliff overlooking the vast forest. As they discussed their worries, they came up with a unique solution. They would build their homes close to each other so that their children could grow up together under the watchful eyes of both families. It was an ingenious idea. The eagle would build his nest high up in the branches of a tall tree, while the jackal would dig his den in the roots of the same tree. In this way, their children would be safe and their friendship would endure even beyond their lifetimes. And so it was done. The eagle's nest became a cozy home high above the ground, while the jackal's den was a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers beneath the tree. Soon, the eagle's mate brought eggs to the nest, and after a few weeks, 3 adorable eaglets hatched. They were curious and playful, always eager to explore the world beyond the nest. At the same time, the jackal's mate gave birth to 4 healthy pups. They were mischievous and quick, learning to navigate the underground tunnels with ease. But as the eagle and the jackal watched their children play, their hearts swelled with pride and gratitude. They had made the right decision to build their homes so close to each other. But little did they know that their idyllic life was about to take a dark turn. One afternoon, the eagle was soaring through the skies when he spotted a flock of sheep grazing in a nearby field. His sharp eyes gleamed with the thrill of the hunt, and he quickly swooped down to catch one of the sheep. With a screeching cry, the eagle lifted the struggling animal in his talons and flew back to his nest. The eaglets cheered, and the eagle, with a proud heart, tore the sheep into pieces for his children. Meanwhile, the jackal was busy in his den, teaching his pups how to hunt and survive. He told them stories of daring chases and clever tricks, instilling in them the skills they would need to thrive. But as the days passed, the jackal noticed that his pups weren't as agile or as sharp as he had hoped. They seemed slow and clumsy, and he couldn't understand why. Little did the jackal know that the answer lay in the eagle's nest above him. You see, the eaglets, fed on a diet of fresh meat, had grown lazy and weak. Their muscles were underdeveloped and their instincts dulled by a life of ease. They were not prepared for the challenges that lay ahead. On the other hand, the jackal's pups, though not as strong as they should have been, were full of enthusiasm and determination. They yearned to prove themselves, but they lacked the guidance and strength to succeed. As weeks turned into months, a deep sense of unease settled over the jackal. He knew that his pups were not ready to face the world, and he feared for their future. One night, as the moon hung high in the sky, the jackal decided to take matters into his own paws. He crept out of his den and began to climb the tree that had become a symbol of both comfort and worry. As he climbed higher and higher, his heart pounded with a mix of fear and determination. When the jackal reached the eagle's nest, he found the 3 eaglets sleeping soundly. Their bellies were full, and their dreams were filled with visions of easy prey. The jackal, with a heavy heart, woke them up and began to speak. "My brothers," he said, his voice echoing with sadness, "you are not ready to live on your own. You are weak and unprepared, and your lives are in danger." The eagle saw the determination in the jackal's eyes and knew that his friend was right. "I am sorry," he said, ashamed. "I have not done right by my sons. But what can we do now?" Just then, one of the eaglets, filled with youthful arrogance, stood up. "I am not afraid," he cried. "I will prove myself worthy of the sky." And with that, he jumped off the nest and flapped his underdeveloped wings. But alas, the eaglet was not ready to fly. He plummeted to the ground, his cries echoing through the forest. The sight of their fallen brother shook the remaining eaglets to their core. They realized the truth in the jackal's words, and their hearts ached with shame. The eagle and the jackal looked at each other, their eyes filled with understanding. They knew that their children needed to learn the ways of the wild, and they were willing to help. From that day on, the eagle and the jackal formed an alliance. The eagle taught his sons the art of hunting and survival in the skies, while the jackal shared his knowledge of the forest floor. Together, they prepared their children for the challenges that awaited them. In time, the eaglets grew into strong, skilled birds, their wings carrying them through the air with ease. They learned to work together, supporting each other in times of need. Meanwhile, the jackal's pups blossomed into cunning and agile hunters, their paws leaving silent prints on the forest floor. They too learned the value of teamwork, relying on each other's strengths to overcome obstacles. As the years passed, the eagle and the jackal watched with pride as their children thrived. They had taken different paths, yet their destinies had intertwined in the most unexpected ways. And so the legend of the eagle and the jackal became a tale whispered among the animals of the forest, a story of friendship, growth, and the enduring power of family.